what is Pathfinder, right? So when I was like, hey, I want to go to Pathfinder, and people are like, wow, that sounds really awesome. There's somewhat of a misconception, I think, with what a Pathfinder is and what the course is. The course is more mentally taxing than anything. It's more academic. You know, one day you're stressed, you have anxiety about your tests that you're taking or whatever the case is, and then you have relief and more stress, and you're running on a lack of sleep because you're studying late, you're getting up early, etc. It's been very challenging. The instructors are great. All blocks of instruction were very professional, clear and concise. It's just a lot of information in a short amount of time. One of the biggest challenges of the course is time management and the discipline to, you know, put in the time after class and before class. So the Pathfinder course has 3 phases. First being sling load operations. Second is HLZ, helicopter landing zone. And then drop zone, or DZ. So the hardest phase so far is absolutely drop zone. There's 3 major tests that you can drop on sling load, HLZ, and then the drop zone test. And it's math intensive, and it's so much information on one test. So it's a 6-section test, right? And what you pass is, if you fail one, you retest that one only. I was one of 33 that needed to take the retest this morning, and I took 4 of the 6 sections. So my game plan for the retest, and well, the entire test actually, I focus 100%, it goes back to the time management that we talked about. I focused the majority of my time on any section relating to math because that's my personal challenge, and that's where my weakness is. I was absolutely nervous going into the test this morning. I don't know that you can ever feel that you've done enough. So I was actually surprised that I was the only female. Even in processing, I was the only female. I kept waiting for more females to show up. They didn't. I don't feel that I have an advantage or disadvantage in any way. I think it goes back to the misconception of what the course is. Pathfinder, it sounds kind of physical and intensive, and that's not really the case. So I was lucky enough that I came here with a couple guys from my unit and from Camp Umatilla, and we kind of formed a strong study group. I didn't feel separated from any of the males at any point. You know, I always felt in the loop. And again, it goes back to time management. If you spend your time on your own, studying on your own, maybe that's how you learn. I know that I learned in groups and that I needed that interaction. So at no time was I worried or concerned that I was the only female. Today on the drop zone site, you know, we had to communicate with aviators. We had to take into account what their planning factors are to include, you know, the weather, the terrain, etc., and what their capabilities are. Now I have a better understanding of what they're capable of and how we can support them and they can support us. Taking back to my unit a stronger sense of communication and just what are the capabilities of the National Guard as a whole. The course benefits Camp Rilea and the Oregon National Guard. Having the course here, you know, we have soldiers here from all over the U.S. and I've gotten great feedback from my classmates. You know, all of them want to come back, or they have been here maybe for air assault in the past, so they've been encouraged to come back to this course.
Well, Pathfinder is something that I've always wanted to do, but coming into a unit where there's a significant number of Pathfinders that are supposed to be qualified Pathfinders. So as far as I'm aware, I'm the first one to actually complete the course. Being a Pathfinder in unit, it's important to do a frontline resupply. If we do any type of air movements, we can do airdrops of personnel, equipment. The best part of the course is probably the last day, where you actually start to put things into well, use practical application. The hardest part of the course was a DZ survey and just drop zones in general. It's tons of information to remember. It's all verbatim. You pretty much have to know everything. Prior to coming to the course, I would say the biggest thing you can do is start learning the information ahead of time. The information's out there, so you know, learn your nomenclature, which is, you know, what everything's called. You have to say it the right way. You can't just call it the thing. And then there's a ton of math, trigonometry, geometry. So being familiar with that would be really, really helpful as well. For me, The biggest challenge at a Pathfinder course is just memorization. I'm not a great memorizer. I guess the biggest reward from Pathfinder is just being a subject matter expert. You know, the go-to person that, you know, where your commander comes to you. Even our squadron was pretty excited about me finishing the course. That way I can help even at the squadron level.